Good evening, respected jury members. I hope you are doing great. My name is Hackthon, and me and my teammate have selected problem statement 2. So let's start with the problem. So I'm gonna state one number here. Your job is to just visualize it. So the number is India consumes 5.4 million barrels daily. Sure, you might be wondering that what's that thing which is needed by India in this much large volume. So this is nothing but how much crude oil is consumed by India daily. And from that, 88% means around 4.8 million barrel crude oil is imported. Those barrels crosses one as per the current geopolitical tension happening. And what if any of these checkpoint can be blocked or crossed for some weeks? Have you ever thought about that? What will gonna happen? Due to recent Hormuz closure, India faced a crude crisis just a month back. So there is some new issue persist. Are we prepared for that or not? So for that preparation and to analyze what to do in any of this crisis situation, here comes our project. We have built a complete 4-step detailed dashboard which will tell refinery management and Ministry of Petroleum how to deal with all such crisis situations and to take very quick decision so that no further disruption can be occurred and economy of India runs smoothly. So one of my team member, Madhav, will continue by explaining the features of the website. So Madhav, please.
So here comes the risk agent. It is first of all showing us the world map where all the 7 transients from which every barrel of crude oil being passed is shown. Then comes the Indian infra, in which it consists of all these strategic petroleum reserves, the refineries and the ports. Then comes the riskometer. It will show all the straits and all the checkpoints risk meter as per the current scenario. And the scenario has been fetched by the live macro pipeline, which shows all the news regarding the Indian domestic policies favoring the price movement of crude oil in India, as well as the international prices. Like for example, if there is any war going on right now or any attack has been done in any ship. Now you can see that there is a formula we have used for decay. We are fetching past 7 days news, and the relevancy has been measured by the decay. So what is this decay? This decay is the importance showing for the news, every news we are fetching. Like the last 7 days, today the news which we have fetched is having the highest importance than compared to the 1 week ago which we have fetched. Then comes the live alert part. As soon as any news being fetched, according to it, the LLM will analyze and NLP will show all the important details and how this alert is going on by the threshold. Like for example, if there is any attack, so that the threshold crosses of that part and it will show the alert like the one of Strait of Hormuz which we are showing here. So this is the single source of truth what is happening. Now, then the minister will ask, okay, we have seen the risk and what will be the next step? Then comes our scenario simulator. This is the scenario simulator which tells us what will happen to Indian retail fuel price as well as the impact of import. Like for example, here we have selected the Hormuz closure and here we have all the important impacts and the scenarios which will have an effect of Indian crude imports. As we have selected Hormuz closure, then comes the severity. How much severe this cause is. Like here we have selected 20%. It means that the Strait of Hormuz is closed 70%. Is 20%. Now it tells us the value of 14.3% means the total amount of 71.6% of our daily imports from the Strait of Hormuz. Out of that, if it is close 20%, it will have an impact of 14.3%. And for this, if it persists till the duration which we have selected here, it is for 30 days, the impact of retail fuel price will be plus 2.1%. Like for example, if it is 100 rupees, then it will go on for 102.1. So this is the whole scenario simulator, and the buffer sufficient is telling that after this severity, how much buffer we will be having so that we will be like in very much favorable situation to continue our country's smoothness. Like if we have changed, then the 493 days we have all the buffer, including each and every way which we will be fetching the crude oil. Then it is greater than our 90-day word, 90-day duration. As we will be increasing these scenarios, the values will get changed as per the calculation which we have done in our backend as well as in the news which we will be facing. So this is the scenario simulator. Now the next part will be continued by my another.
So dear jury members, you have till now seen the risk agent and scenario simulator. Now let's talk about the procurement engine. Talking about the procurement engine, there are two types of disruption here. First one is because of the corridor. Second one is because of the country. So let's just talk that earlier we were importing the crude oil from the Saudi Arabia, and now because of any reason, the policy or whatever, we are not able to get our crude oil from the Saudi Arabia. So let's just keep the country Saudi Arabia as the disruption node, right? Here this procurement engine will just take 5 seconds to list down the countries. So here this UAE, Kuwait, Iraq, Nigeria, Russia. These are the alternative countries from where we can import the crude oil. Let's just talk about any other thing. Let's just take a Strait of Hormuz. So it will again take some 10 to 15 seconds in order to populate the data. And here the countries are Nigeria, Russia, then USA, UAE, and all, right, from where we can import the crude oil. Like you can see here, actually this maximum acceptable transit is equals to 30 days we have kept here, and because of that only, like, we can import the crude oil from the USA, right? But the transit time we have for the US is 37 days. Because of that only, US is disabled here. Now talking about the rest of the countries, then Nigeria, Russia, right? Here for the Russia it is 27 days, so it is clearly visible. Then talking about the this number 75, 67 and all. So these scores are coming from this formula. Score is equals to transit score into 40%, then plus 50 plus safety score into 40%, plus reliability score into 20%. So this is how the score is being calculated. Talking about this thing, so it's just simply a path. It shows that if, let's suppose, we are importing the crude oil from the Nigeria, then our ship will follow which path. So here you can see the major checkpoint is Cape of Good Hope. For the Russia, it is Suez Canal and all. We can go through from this, right? Talking about the reserve optimizer, here our SPR drawdown calculator basically tells us how much our country can last on the basis of SPR days, means our reserve of the crude oils and refinery stocks. Here the 6.1 day suggests that if our country whole runs on the 100% reserve crude oil, then how much it will last. So it will last for the 6.1 days, and similarly for 64.5 days if we 100% run on the refinery stocks. Now let's just talk about this calculator, the supply gap. Like, let's suppose disruption has happened at the Strait of Hormuz and supply gap is 20%. It is 20%, right? So here we can see that if the supply gap is, let's take it for a 25% for the easier calculation. So it is 25%. So it can simply shows that our reserves can last up to 24.4 days. Like how? So as I said that 6.1 days for 100%, right? So 24.4 days will be come for the 25%, right? 6.1 into the 4 is 24.5. And similarly for the SPR here, 64.5. So you have 282.4, right? If I will just simply keep it as 50, then numbers will be changed, right? Now let's just talk about the disruption duration. Here disruption duration we have kept nothing, so that's why these two numbers are in green. Let's just take it as a 10, then still these two are green, right? Let's just take it as a 15, so it will come into the red digits, right? It simply shows that our reserve won't last for the 15 days of the disruption, right? If we keep it as 150, then both will convert in their red, right? Let's just talk about some other things. So talking about yes, this refinery stocks. This refinery stocks shows that these all refineries, the major refineries we have in India, Actually, there are many refineries in India, but we can't show here all, right? Because their percentage is very less. So we have kept here the major refineries, and similarly for the SPR sites, this reserve site, the three SPRs, the three reserves of the India. In this refinery, there are many uh, KPIs of that particular refineries, and those small refineries I have shown as others, we can see here, right? So this was all about our project, and talking about the real time deployment. Then if we deploy it in real time, so we have to trigger the news pipeline uh, in real time. Like we can't manually do that, right? So we have built a scheduler for that. So our scheduler will basically auto trigger in the time frame of the 6 hours. So in every 6 hours, our scheduler will be triggered, and the new news will be fetched, and according to that, data will be populated across the whole front end. So this was all about our prototype. Thank you so much.